Yeah, obviously Nikich had a bit of a throw and all those roaches were just attacking that cyber core. That attack on the right and that attack in the natural just did not work out at all, and that made it a game. But after that, just so much crazy stuff happened. Well, it's going to be very hard for these two to give us more excitement than that. I kind of feel like we peaked at this point, and well, that's it. Great series, Goblin, and obviously kudos to Nikich as well. It takes two to make a great series. Awesome stuff. ShoWTimE and Kelazhur will both be at the Big Gape Cup tomorrow, so they're probably not very happy that we are starting an hour later than we are supposed to start, but it's okay. Who the hell goes to bed at 10 p.m. on a Friday? ShoWTimE is ready. Kelazhur is ready. Game 1, Side Delta. Game 2, Golden Aura. Game 3, Oceanborn. Game 4, Hecate. Game 5, Solaris. That will be the map order. ShoWTimE definitely a favorite here. I'm aware of that, but in the past, whenever I invite ShoWTimE, he basically always has to play Clem or like you give him Reynor or MaxPax or something. So it's nice for ShoWTimE to, you know, once have an opportunity where he's kind of the favorite. Should be able to show up, play a series, win some money, but I know that Diego is not going to make it easy on him. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a fun series. Probably a very fast-paced, explosive series as well, because Diego is a very aggressive boy. For one last time tonight, and for the last time for quite some time from this place, I will welcome you to a best of 5. BASILISK Big Brain Bouts main event number 52.
Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight!
Top left side, we are looking in the main base of a German Protoss. Probably one of the big favorites for the tournament tomorrow as well, because he was strong at IEM Katowice, and I highly doubt that that form has gone anywhere. Berlin International Gaming's ShoWTimE. Bottom right side, we are looking in the main base of the man who's repping his new team for the first time in the Big Brain Bouts, R8 Kelazhur. Alright, a Saudi Arabian esports org. Probably having their eye on the esports World Cup and hoping that Kelazhur can represent them there. Gabe will definitely be playing tomorrow, yeah. Gabe is playing, SKillous is playing, Lambo is playing, RotterdaM, ShoWTimE, Kelazhur, and a whole bunch of others. Who is Gabe in SC2 terms? Gabe is HeroMarine. His real life name is Gabriel, and everyone basically calls him Gabe or Big Gabe. So sometimes people over all the years develop a second name that kind of becomes more natural than the original nickname. But the same for me, right? Almost nobody calls me RotterdaM or refers to me as RotterdaM. I think only the people who don't like me ever be like, I don't like RotterdaM. To everyone else, I'm Roddy. And to everyone, HeroMarine is Big Gabe. Alright, I'll work on it for the summer, Magnet. In Dutch it is Saudi Arabia. And I guess in English it's Saudi Arabia. Roddy the Rottweiler. Rottweilers are freaking cool. I will never take that as an insult. I think Rottweilers are adorable. Reynor's got one. I really love it. ShoWTimE is also a strip bar in Turkey, Finland, so GG boys. There used to be, I don't know if you guys remember Stardust. Stardust was a Korean Protoss player who lived in Germany for a while to participate in the WCS and in the EPT, or how do they call it, the Meisterschaft. And actually there was a strip club in Cologne called Stardust as well, and he lived in Germany, in Cologne, or in Düsseldorf, but that's close enough. Triple CC as the opener here for Kelazhur, but the first adept of ShoWTimE shows up right before the CC is done, so that's an annoying start for Diego, who obviously doesn't want to reveal the fact that he's playing Triple CC. I mean, Cyclone Triple CC against Phoenix is a pretty good build for the Terran, in theory.
Ooh. First blood.
If the SCV wasn't first blood, the Reaper absolutely is. But what a lot of professional Protoss players do is that they wait with their first and second Phoenix at home because they want to intercept the medevac. They want to give the Terran the idea that they should go for a Widowmine drop. And if you're just waiting at home with your Phoenixes and you kill the Medevac and the Widowmines, you're in a great spot. That doesn't really work out if your opponent plays triple CC, right? Because Kelazhur is probably not going to do anything too wild. Just patrolling the center of the map. So even though we lost the SCV and we lost the Reaper on the side of Kelazhur, I don't hate this start. I think build order wise this is looking alright. Stardust won a DreamHack, right? Yes, against Jaedong, I believe, in the grand finals. My Insanity's Stardust. It was when Pingwing, who is now successful in Pokemon, by the way, jumped on the stage and was hugging him. He either played Jaedong in the semifinals or the finals. I wasn't casting that event, so I don't remember the details, but he did win one. Pingwing, yes. The guy from Switzerland who was a caster for a little while, nice dude. He's still streaming, so you guys can stop by his stream, and he does a lot of Pokemon stuff. He actually won a prestigious Pokemon regional event. I think 10,000 bucks for first place. So. I always think it's very cool to see these guys from Starcraft go into some different areas and directions of esports and find some success. I think the bracket will be announced once Gabe knows who are all going to be there. I believe there is a winner's bracket and an open bracket. And then the winner's bracket is going to have the big boys. And there's two people who are in the chess scene. I don't want to brag, but I have recently peaked at 213 elo in 3-minute blitz. So, yeah, I'm a bit of a grandmaster myself. ShoWTimE checking every single corner, by the way, with his Phoenix. You got 2K? You and I are almost the same. You just have one more digit. Roddy versus the Botas sisters. I posted a picture of myself and Andrea Botas not too long ago. When I went to TwitchCon in Vegas for Basilisk, because they ran a stage there, I met Andrea Botas. And I was like, hey, can I have a picture? I like your clips. She was like, sure, I love your Starcraft streams. Just kidding. She definitely didn't say that. She had no idea who I was. I was just a random dude to her. That's okay. I also met another very nice Twitch streamer. Her name is Simply Davina. We worked together with her. She was very cool. ShoWTimE waited for a little while, guys, with these Phoenixes, but after 6 minutes, he decided, after he saw that this army was on the low ground, it was time to go in. So he didn't deal damage early, but once he dealt damage, it's 11 SCVs for nothing. That's a serious amount of SCVs. Exclamation mark and Big Gabe will give you guys the info. The info's right there. Casual 20 work elite 7 minutes into the game. ShoWTimE is one of these Protosses that's very good at making Protoss look good. Now, I'll be honest, guys. I obviously found my own success on a different level yesterday night, but I don't really fear Terrans. Like, of course, if I play against a Terran that's a lot better than me, yeah, I'm going to get bopped. But that's normal because they are a lot better than me. Most of the Terrans that are close to my MMR, like, I'm kind of okay with playing them. I don't think PvT is that bad. Only 5 base Terran is terrifying, but why would I ever let them get 5 bases? If you can just A-move them a little bit before. Oh yeah, I'm a sub now. Let's effing go. Probably because of Basilisk. They were the ones to give us some subbies. ShoWTimE finds a couple of mules. One fresh mule. The other one was about to expire. So far, guys, ShoWTimE has lost 0 units in an 8-minute game. 0 units, and he has killed 20. It's pretty good. If this is your report card, is that a thing in English? In Dutch, you get a report card if you're in elementary school or high school, and you show that to your parents, they'll be impressed. Even if you have the strictest parents that expect straight A's, they'll probably be alright. Alright, I was close enough then. Good. Roddy Phoenix only fears Thors. Yeah. I mean, I actually, this is no cap, and I say this very often, and no love, you guys don't believe me. But I actually fear mech. I find playing against Bio easier than I find playing against mech. Mech is hard, man. You can't just A-move mech with Zealots. I know some people say you can, but my Zealots cannot. ShoWTimE has indeed lost his first unit. He's going to lose his second unit as well. Even though Diego lost a lot of SCVs, it is important to keep in mind that he had triple orbital very early. And all those mules will make up for a couple of the SCVs that he's been losing. Is it just a single robo, by the way, for Demauer? Yeah. Single robo, double forge. I do always feel that having a second robo a bit earlier makes your life better, but look at the minimaps. There's so much vision for ShoWTimE. A Zealot, an Adept, and okay, hello? This is probably not part of the plan. I was giving you a compliment. This guy was trying to live up to his name. He's like, I'm immortal, right? I can do this? Like, no. You cannot do this. We are going to get, however, a second robo now, so we can replace that immortal. And it's starting to look like ShoWTimE is ready to fight. Kelazhur's got tanks. Got only 2 Vikings. 20 Zealots is interesting. These Zealots are either going to look amazing or they're going to look silly. And it really just comes down to the engagement. There's a War Prism that's going to fly into the main. Oh, what a gnarly moment for a Prism to show up. There are no missile turrets, no sensor towers. And dealing with 8-10 Zealots in your main while you know there's a big Protoss army around is so damn difficult. Splitting up the Vikings, I think it's a good call. +1 armor is going to finish. No, gets denied. It gets denied. With 2 seconds left, +1 armor gets denied. That's going to make these Marauders and Marines a little bit more vulnerable. Ghost count is 5. Archon count is pretty damn high too. Somehow these Zealots made it all the way into the third. I don't know how that happened. Kelazhur does have a terrifying army though. How does Diego have 127 army supply? And it's not bad army supply. It's a crazy amount of tanks. It's a couple Vikings, a couple Ghosts. ShoWTimE is gonna drop the Dark Shrine. This is a bully Dark Shrine if I've ever seen one. Missile turrets everywhere. Orbitals ready, Ghosts ready. Dark Shrine, baby. Yeah, I do think ShoWTimE is controlling the game. I think all that ShoWTimE needs is one fight that's okay. He doesn't even need to smash the fight. All that ShoWTimE needs is an okay fight. And if ShoWTimE takes an okay fight, he will be cooking. Does lose 2 Phoenixes here. Maybe he feels it's not that important. Oh, hello? Jeez. Okay, well that was not an okay fight, guys. We just lost 5 Phoenix for nothing. We're gonna lose an Observer as well. Diego finding some moments. That's a lot of Zealots storming into the third base though. 8, 9, 10 SCV is gonna go down very quickly. The Bio army has turned around again. The force fields went down, but there was a tiny gap. Mind the gap, ShoWTimE. He is about to go up to 18 gateways, guys. And yeah, the upgrades. After +1 got denied, it is indeed omega painful. A monstrous 2-2 Protoss army against 1-0 for Terran. Yeah, that's good point, mate. That is going to be very difficult. I mean, Bio is great and all, but upgrades matter so freaking much in this matchup. ShoWTimE, after taking out the bunker, feels like he can still send off a few more Zealots or split off a few more Zealots. We might get 3-3 against 2-1. Yeah, that's hard. 3-3 Protoss against 2-1 Terran. 2-2 seems good. Very good. ShoWTimE did lose more resources now in this game, but obviously he's been mining quite a bit more. Oh, especially over the last 7 minutes of this game. It's okay for him to throw away a couple units. We have a fusion core going down as well. How do Protoss decide when to go double forge or single forge? I think it's very hard to say. It's kind of, every game is unique. But you basically always drop a second forge if you feel like you can. If you know you've got time, if it's safe. If you're not worried about dying in the near future, you pretty much always go double forge. EMPs, by the way, really putting a number on these Archons here. I gotta say though, guys, for how kind of one-sided this game felt, I think Kelazhur is doing a damn good job. And if these upgrades are gonna catch up, and we've got Liberators, Advanced Ballistics, +2 ship weapons, I expected these boys to be in a hurry. After our co-main event just lasted forever tonight. Well, there might be something to be very hopeful of. This is a big, these are two very big upgrades next to each other. And then we have that +2 ship weapons right here. If I was ShoWTimE, I would try to find some crazy damage in the next like minute or, yeah, 1, 2, best. Maybe go for the pilot. Good counter here by Diego. ShoWTimE's army was a bit out of position, and a lot of these robo units can be a bit slow. Yeah, I do really like the way that Kelazhur is playing this. Actually gets the Nexus, gets probes, gets the cannons, gets the Nexus. Bunch of very well upgraded zealots. 3-3 zealots. Oh, they can actually do something about these tanks. The tanks are gonna, yeah, man, there's so many tanks falling. Single tank survives in the end. Kelazhur has picked up these units that killed that base in the top side. He's gonna drop into the main. Today is just one of these days where the crazy games apparently do not stop. Both players have money in the bank. Kelazhur picks up all these units, gets out of here. Diego is battling, and he's about to become a 5 base Terran with +3 bio, +2 ship weapons, and advanced ballistics. Exactly what I was talking about in the beginning of the game. If there is one phase in the game where I think Terran is better than Protoss, it would be 5 base Terran with multiple starports. And the starport count is only 2. That means that it's going to be hard, I think, for Kelazhur to get like Vikings, Medevacs, and Liberators in the right amount, all at the same time. Any chance we see BCs? Nah. I don't think so. Like, BCs are only good if you legit know nothing is going to happen forever and you've got 3-3. Don't forget that they have no armor. Like, BCs need armor upgrades for to be useful. And we don't have the amount of starports to go BCs right now. We don't have armor upgrades. So. Now, you're not going to see battle cruisers, but you will see Libs with advanced ballistics. That's very hard to deal with. He's playing a great game, Kelazhur. Liberators now harassing as well with the advanced ballistics. Not 1 but 2 bases at once. Tempests are trying to at least keep a couple of these mineral lines safe. PCs are not bad, but Terran don't need them. No, that's inaccurate. The thing is, you just don't have time. You don't have time in games like this to casually drop 5 starports with tech labs. You cannot build BCs out of reactors and get double armory upgrades. It's just not something you have time for. They are great, but a Protoss will just not give you enough time to get them out in high enough numbers that it matters. Any Terran will gladly take a bunch of 3-3 battle cruisers with Yamato, but it's so damn hard to get there. Big EMPs landing on most of the Protoss army. Tempest obviously really helping out here, just getting a few shots off on these Liberators. The Liberator count is somewhat low. Vikings looking for a volley. They almost get a Tempest, but not quite. They soften up one Colossus a bit more, but they won't get that one either. Do we have Shadow Stride? Yeah, we do. We have everything on ShoWTimE's side. He's even getting the Tectonic Destabilizers, guys. Today is just the night that apparently we get everything. This is a very long edition of the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. The Stalkers blink forward. It also feels that with 1 or 2 Novas, the game could end immediately. Tempest doing a very good job. I think ShoWTimE could indeed take 1 more base, maybe the center base or the bottom left. I think he will in the near future. Making damn certain that it's really hard for Kelazhur to get another base up. Just a couple of Zealots, couple of DTs, and then the Immortal is good enough. Kelazhur wants to pounce on his army, will pounce on his army, will win this fight. But can he win the fight at the bottom side? That seems a bit more problematic. Goals for win, thank you mate for the prime. Look at how close the unit's lost resource tab is. They are 149 resources apart from one another. It feels that Kelazhur is going to try to set up the surround This is a great Protoss army, guys, but it is a fragile Protoss army. If Kelazhur is able to land EMPs and surround it. Seems like that's not really the plan. These units have now synced up with the main army. Starport count is now at 5. Whew. It's difficult to win games like this. ShoWTimE has a big bank. Tempest are definitely putting in work. Excellent trades in the last minute, but Nova flies forward, kills a couple SCVs, the missile turret. Kelazhur is waiting for his moment to strike, and I think he only wants to go for it once his Viking count is crazy high. He's building 7 Vikings at a time. Big EMP landing on a lot of the Tempest and the Colossus. Vikings looking for the right engagement, not quite getting it. ShoWTimE drops a lag storm. Ping to Europe is pretty high these days, guys. Vikings, good engagement here. Excellent position above these trees. Impossible for the Stalkers to really do something about it. I am a bit worried that ShoWTimE could still take the worst fight ever. I think ShoWTimE has played a very good game. Did a lot of things right. It's so easy to just get absolutely obliterated by this Terran army. The Protoss army benefits a lot from the slow fight, where it's kind of like poke, run. Oh, nice storm. Oh, Kelazhur forgot about his Vikings there for a bit. That's exactly what ShoWTimE is looking for. Big storms like that. A couple Stalker shots, 1 or 2 Archon hits. I need to get some water. This has been a very intense night, guys. A lot of talking. This triple Liberators are gonna siege up, get a couple circles on the ground. Vikings looking for the pickups, getting a Tempest. Kelazhur wants to take this fight, and yeah, sure, I get it. And the army supply of Kelazhur is always so freaking high. Maybe he should go for the natural, by the way, because now ShoWTimE is actually going to jump on this army. He's going to run through all the Liberators. He's going to pick them off. The Vikings are forced to run away, or fly away, rather. So Kelazhur wins on the top side of the map. ShoWTimE wins at the bottom side of the map. And Nexus does fall. Now Rico is scary. I like how we have a sentry in the mix. Diego, you're kind of getting trapped here, mate. This army now just needs to stim away and run for the hills. Ooh, ambitious forward blink. And that's good enough. These Stalkers have good upgrades. Yeah, it's kind of even. I think the medevac upgrade would be an alright call here. We don't have that medevac upgrade, but if we stim this much and we are battling this much, it would be an okay investment, I'd say. Fighting near the PF, probably not the play. Especially now with all these gateway units, guys. 13 Stalkers, 7 Zealots. Tank does get picked off. Vikings looking for another big hit. That Nova connected with a decent amount of units. The same time. The invisible guy. We've seen a couple of them. Now we see 16 of them just blowing up this planetary in the bottom side. So we'll use Shadow Strike to get out of harm's way. ShoWTimE says 1 PF is nice, but why won't I just go for the double kill? Looking for a Nova. I should be able to land at least a couple. And that should be it, right? I don't think Kelazhur can really keep this up a whole lot longer. GG gets called. Sick first game. Kudos to ShoWTimE for still closing that out the way that he did. The 16 DTs, guys. That was the real game changer there in the end. Getting on top of that PF in the bottom. 1-0 lead for DeMauer in the main event. $150 for the winner, $50 for the loser. I'm going to accept the lobby invite for game 2 and just grab myself some water. Maybe a tea. I don't know. Vicky, are you listening? What about a tea? What about a tea and you start dinner? Because I still need to have dinner. And for the people who think that it's crazy for me to have dinner at 10:30, like I don't really have a choice. I start streaming at 5, so it's either dinner at like 4:30 or dinner at 11. It's one of the two. ShoWTimE has been on the Stormgate clan for over a year, but does he play it? Yeah, that's just something that he represents in the game because he wants to show excitement for the game and the project. It is a good question. And you know what? Scorpion, I will see him tomorrow at the Big Gabe Cup. And I will ask him if he has played a bunch of Stormgate. Because I haven't actually seen his name pop up somewhere. Eat on stream, don't starve. It's not that I don't like eating on stream, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm not like really against it or something. I can obviously have something nice, but it's sad for a couple of reasons. Number one is just that Vicky likes having dinner with me, which I think is fair. If she goes through all the effort of cooking, it's not very nice if I just take it and then devour it like an orc behind my computer. I think that's understandable. But what I also don't like is I like to eat fast and a lot, but then I kind of go into a minor food coma. And eating in the middle of a stream while then having to still talk this much is also not really the place. So I just like to postpone it and have a little snack in the afternoon. Most of the time that works out. Tonight was just a day with a lot of long games. And we are going a bit longer than expected.
Round 2. Fight!
Bottom right side of Golden Aura. We are looking at the main base of R8 Kelazhur. Opening up with a triple CC on side Delta. Played a good game. This was a bit behind in the beginning. Was never quite able to grab the momentum. But definitely hang in there like a champ. I thought it was an impressive game by Diego. Top left side, we are looking at the main base of Berlin International Gaming's ShoWTimE. Can he win the BBB on the Friday night and the Big Gabe Cup on the Saturday? I think it's safe to say that that's probably what he's aiming for. Shout out to my man, Jet Ek Bro, $15 or euros even, saying this donation is for some flowers for your girlfriend. Thank God she's here to keep you happy. I will give her all the flowers in America, mate. We're staying in the Bellagio Hotel for a couple days. They have a lobby full of flowers. Vicky loves it. That will make her very happy. I'll put $15 in Frankenstein for her. She'll be happy for that too. I watched the qualifying of F1. Like, not really properly. I didn't have it on TV. I was already live. But I had it on my phone and I kept an eye on the results. Seemed like it was pretty exciting, right? At least by the looks of it, it was pretty exciting. A shocking outcome as well. You won't believe who's on pole position today. Shocker. I don't want to spoil it. Were all the casters invited to Los Angeles? I mean, that's hard for me to answer because what is all the casters, right? Technically, you could go live tonight beyond Nidus and you'll be a caster. But there are indeed a decent amount of Starcraft 2 casters that got invited to go to the event in LA. Casters of different games. Players of different games. A lot of people got invited. All 20 cars were just outside of 1+ sec. Yeah. Can't talk about it, guys. It is a secret. But you are going to miss a lot of your favorite streamers over the next few days. On Monday or Tuesday, you guys should know what it's all about. But for now, it is still a secret. It is true, Loco is going to LA, Wardy is going to LA. Many nerds are going. Exciting times in the world of video games. And honestly, I'm not even lying right now. Obviously, I know what I'm going for. But I actually know very little about it all, so it is very exciting. Is it Twitch related? Definitely not as in like Twitch, but something that we could do on Twitch eventually. Yeah, absolutely. And I did tell you guys that it's not for Starcraft, Stormgate, or Zero Space. That is not why I'm going. Definitely going for Buffalo Wild Wings. Hell yeah! I am. But that's all I can say for now, guys. I'm not allowed to say more. But I think on Monday or Tuesday, you guys will all know why many of your favorite nerds, hopefully, we are your favorite nerds, will be in Los Angeles. We have a 8 Marine drop over here for Kelazhur, guys. With Cyclone at home, Diego has historically been a very aggressive Terran. Maybe he wants to switch it up a little bit in Game 1. Not Warcraft 3 either. It's not Blizzard related, I can tell you that much. But I cannot let you guys play the guessing game because I don't want to lie. And if you guys keep on guessing, you eventually get it right. It's not Blizzard related. It's not Zero Space. It's not Stormgate. It's also not Basilisk related, but I'm sure Basilisk will be interested. Not ESL related either, no. But that's it. Stop it. Let's focus on the game, guys. Big Brain Bouts, main event. You guys will figure it out on Monday or Tuesday. An 8 Marine drop. They may not have... Ooh, that's not good, guys. That is not good. Those Stalkers showed up a little bit quicker than Kelazhur expected them to show up. Actually, if you get 5 probes, it's not that bad. But he won't get 5. He gets 3. Eh. Yeah. She's too excited. Of course I'm excited. Doesn't happen often that you get casually invited. MaxPax. MaxPax will be introduced to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He's gonna put his hands on that beautiful boulevard. It's not very beautiful actually, but that's it. You guessed it. Damn it, it was a secret, mate. How did you nail it like that? You got me. Rough start for Kelazhur, guys. Bit of a strange opening, obviously, that 8 Marine drop. I mean, I was a bit distracted with Twitch chat, I'm not going to lie, but maybe he was worried about 4-gate Blink Stalker aggression. That wasn't really it. I mean, ShoWTimE has gone up to 3 bases. And Kelazhur is sitting here incredibly defensively, now dropping a 3rd CC, but this just kind of looks rough now. Monday and Tuesday, Beambot. I arrive on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday people can go home again, or can stick around and have fun. And I have decided to be a good man to Vicky because he's so good to me at home and she does all these things. We're gonna go to Disneyland and then 4 days Vegas and then we go home. So no big rain bouts next Friday. But obviously the following Friday your man will be back. I'm incredibly worried for Kelazhur in this game, guys. I kind of feel like he's just gonna get A-moved by an incredibly big Protoss army. ShoWTimE has a strong economy, has a much quicker 3rd base, has Colossus, has Zealots with charge, Stalkers with blink. I want to imagine a world where this goes well for Kelazhur, but I don't really see it. Liberator is nice though. What happens in Vegas? It might not stay in Vegas. Vicky wants to get Dream Team tattoos. So, I don't know, mate. That might stay with you forever. Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. I'm very excited for all of it. And it's also nice for me to get a tiny break from sitting at home behind the computer, even though I've played a lot of sports lately. I know, you guys will say we don't see it, I know. But I have, okay? I've been active, I'm doing my best. But, I don't want to say that I feel burned out. I just made so many long days, so many hours, casted so many qualifiers, tournaments, etc. It's just nice to sometimes get a bit of a break from all of it. So I'm excited to explore the great outdoors. Some sun. It's gonna be good for me. In the end, by the way, Kelazhur did decide to just go home, which I think was wise. Now we're gonna pick everything up. I think this... Oh, the observer sees it. Oh. The observer sees it. A big old drop in the main. Kelazhur is going to unload outside of the main. Good call there. Excellent scan, otherwise he would have lost everything. I mean, he's still going to lose a decent amount. Oh, that poor Marine. 1 inch too far to the left. Kelazhur now rallying a couple of units over here through the center of the map. Has kind of caught up economically. You know, he's only down 4 workers. That part is not too bad. Poor Sumu. Arrive on Wednesday night, go home on Sunday. Could have stayed longer, but Vicky has to work as well on Monday. I like to do the weekly. What hotel? The Bellagio. Back-to-back stays in the Bellagio. Force fields could land here. You won't see any force field. This is kind of a weird attack by ShoWTimE, to be completely honest. A lot of the Zealots died before the rest of the army showed up. In the end, it is kind of good enough, but I don't know if he can really do this. I hope ShoWTimE is good enough at home. Yes, he does. And he does still have that prism. This was not the prettiest fight that ShoWTimE has ever taken, but given the state of this game, I think it's okay. He's just being economically far enough ahead that he can get away with this. Yeah, that wasn't mega pretty, but it was good enough. Huh? Yeah, it's super nice because then you can just walk up, down, whatever. I think center is always the best place to be. Kelazhur is going to try to get his 4th base up and running, but the D-Mauer has got something to say about it. A Neo Guardian Shield perhaps, or a Force Field. A Nova could go down as well. We have a War Prism sneaking behind enemy lines. It's going to reveal itself. It's a speedy Prism already. War Prism speed is done. Look at how quick that thing is. Just like Max was this afternoon in Bahrain. Is it too soon? No, it's not. Command Center taking damage. I just don't see how Diego really holds this. I really don't think that Kelazhur is playing bad. It's just that ShoWTimE is on point, reading the games correctly and making love the correct calls. I said it earlier that ShoWTimE is very good in making Protoss look good. And this kind of a Protoss almost looks unstoppable. It's just like, where do you get the best of him? Where do you find damage? D-Mauer. What is PBR? I have no idea what PBR is. Oh, we're gonna have a nice shrimp pasta tonight. So excited for that, guys. Pops Blue Ribbon Beer. I'm sure we had one in the States. Maybe by accident. Maybe somebody gave it to me, but no, I have actually never heard of that. ShoWTimE is going to close it out in a typical ShoWTimE way. We're going to get a second Robo. We're going to get a Dark Shrine. We're going to get a +3. Diego, our man Kelazhur, that is, does have 108 army supply, but again is behind in upgrades. It kind of feels that the doors are open. Zealous can come storming in from different angles. Definitely not poor game so far here in the main event, but it does seem that ShoWTimE is living up to his reputation as the favorite in this best of 5. Love you guys believed in him. D-Mauer is an excellent Starcraft 2 player. Kelazhur obviously did make it into the IEM Katowice as well, so he was top 24 there. Played in a group with multiple Protosses, and I know he's really done his best to get ready for that event. It's the beer of the West Coast hipsters. I don't know if I ever really qualified as a West Coast hipster. I do remember catching flack for wearing a soccer jersey once in LA. They were making fun of me, and I was like, but why? I'm happy with it. I don't really care. So no, I don't think I'm all that hip. And when I was in America, I mostly had Blue Moon. The Blue Moon is my favorite, and then whenever you order that, and they say, we don't have Blue Moon, is Shocked Up okay? And then you say, sure, I'll take Shocked Up. Well, that's how most of the time it went for me in bars in America. The only sport that I play is Padel. I've been playing it a lot. I actually played today. I was good. I was happy with it. If you don't mind connects with a disruptor there, that's not an interaction you see very often. ShoWTimE's army just seems so freaking big and powerful. But Kelazhur does have 114 army supply too. He's going to try to make something happen by splitting up his units. We've got Marines and Marauders. A whole bunch of them. 23 Marauders even. This D-Mauer really deserves his nickname of the Wall. He feels so bulletproof, and it's so hard to find a gap, find an opening, and really punish him for being out of position or having the wrong army comp. Everything about ShoWTimE is so solid. And that includes his looks and his posture when he sits behind the computer. This man is built different. EMP lands on a Zealot and an Archon. Kelazhur's got +2 attack. ShoWTimE has +3 already. Just kind of dancing back and forth. Raid control. Vikings looking for a pickup on that Colossus, but ShoWTimE saves it, and he's not going to save it again. He does not manage back-to-back pickups. Without the War Prism, by the way, these are fights that the Terran players can win decisively. But if that Prism is sitting in the back, like even if they do a good job against the Zealots, new Zealots show up. New Zealots show up. It's almost an unfair fight. Kelazhur is just like a little bit behind of where he would like to be in this game. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE is cooking with his Disruptors, with his Colossus. firing Novas, having a War Prism on the other side of the map. Kelazhur refuses to make it easy on DMauer, and he really is trying, but kind of feels like it's an unfair fight. Sweeping Protoss leaves on a windy day. With a War Prism in the back, it's just more and more and more aliens that show up. Great target firing there on the Vikings. The Colossus control has been excellent by DMauer as he's just getting swipe after swipe off. And this Terran army is running out of steam. Those Widow connections work great. Excellent even. And we have 0 observers on the map, so it is the mines that are going to keep Kelazhur alive here for a little while longer. Well, I think you guys will all agree that the writing is on the wall for this one. I think Kelazhur knows that too. He's just a nice guy. He doesn't want to leave early. He's really putting on a show for us. It's an unfair fight. DMauer coming in now with flanking disruptors as well. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or by accident or if it just worked out like that. The battle that never ends will eventually come to an end, guys. We have a couple of Zealots right now going to town on those SCVs as well. Minus 18 SCVs already. Obviously a lot of them died over here in the third. Another forward stim, few more Novas. I think that will do it. Kelazhur can no longer keep this up. He has microed his heart out. It's just his army was simply not as good as ShoWTimE's army for that 16-17 minute game. And just like that, it is DMauer. ShoWTimE who takes a 2-0 lead. 2 games that I think played out in a somewhat similar way, where just kind of felt that ShoWTimE got himself set up incredibly good. Transitioned, 4 base, 5 base, all the upgrades. Rounding up that Protoss tech tree, double robo doing its thing. Kelazhur found a bit of damage. Maybe like those 8 Marines could have gotten a few more probes, and that would have had a maybe impact on how this game would have played out. But it just kind of felt that Kelazhur was expecting aggression. There was no aggression. And by the time that he dropped the 3rd base, the 3rd Nexus of ShoWTimE was done, and we're looking at a 15 worker lead. It's hard to overcome. Perfect setup for a reverse sweep. I'm always hoping for more Starcraft, guys, and I always want more Starcraft, especially when it's the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts, but for once, I would actually kind of be okay with a 3-0. Knowing that I have to meet Kelazhur in less than 10 hours from now. In basically 10 hours and 15 minutes, I am picking Kelazhur up next to the highway to drive to Germany together, so I think it would be okay if this is a 3-0. I think you guys will forgive me. I think Basilisk will forgive me. I will be alright with it. We had a very long PvZ co-main event that I think gave us all the excitement we could possibly hope for. Yeah, he was looking for a ride. I've been a bit of a chauffeur throughout my Starcraft 2 career. And only Nina ever complained about my driving. She said I was an aggressive driver. I disagree. I think I'm a very cautious driver. My brother calls me, you know what, for driving too careful and too slow. So I think Nina was wrong.
Round 3. Fight.
No, ZG did not complain. Absolutely not. Impossible. ZG loves my driving. Huh? Bottom right side of Oceanborn. We are looking at the main base of R8 Kelazhur. And down 0-2. Playing good. Unfortunately, just not quite good enough to really make this man sweat and break down that wall that's on the other side of the map. Representing Berlin International Gaming. ShoWTimE. Please no 3-0. We need more show. 11 p.m. on a Friday, matey. 6 hours and 2 minutes stream. 5 hours of Big Brain Bouts. I think it's been okay. If this is a 3-0, I'm okay with it. If Kelazhur wins, I'll also be happy. The reverse sweep, that's actually really gonna put a number on your old man. But at least we'll have something to talk about for a long time. Do you guys remember that one night where Roddy had to leave home at 8 a.m. to go to the Big Gape Cup? And the games just never stopped? That could be tonight. ShoWTimE is looking magnificent though. What do you guys think is the favorite for the Big Gape Cup tomorrow? If we've got ShoWTimE, SKillous, Lambo, HeroMarine, Big Gape, of course, Kelazhur. Maybe Spirit, but I don't know if he's making it. Who do you guys think is the favorite? Oh yeah, Clem is going too. Okay. Forget about that French kid. Who is the favorite? Reynor is not going. Reynor is going to Dubai. He actually got invited to go to Dubai.
The firstborn shall
Very cool.
persevere.
Who's the favorite for second place? It's still a LAN event. You never know. Clem cannot just always win, can he, guys? Calling a Clem versus ShoWTimE final. Yeah, Reynor got... I don't know if I can really say what that's about, but I'm sure if you guys follow Reynor on socials, you'll see what he's up to. First time ever that our Italian stallion is going to that part. I've never gone. I'm kind of jelly. But hey, I've got my own trip to look forward to. We did invite Serral actually, JD. I sent Jonah a message not too long ago about the big Gabriel Cup, wondering if he's interested. And he said it sounds fun, but he's not a big fan of traveling and he doesn't really want to fly up and down for a one-day event. Maybe he was thinking it's nice to let the others win as well. We asked Serral, but he could not make it. We have a very quick reactor connected to the factory, so Kelazhur is going to go for some Cyclone Aggression, a Banshee as well. Does he even know what he's playing against, by the way? He did scout the Stargate. Kind of think that Banshees against Phoenix is questionable, but maybe the idea is that the Cyclones will babysit the Banshees, and Cyclones are so damn good against Phoenixes. That shield battery is a bit exposed. I see a world where this goes well for Kelazhur. And oh, that is a start, by the way. That's a lot of damage. It's not a kill, but if he gets the battery, you need to get the battery though. If you don't get the battery, obviously Cyclones can't really do all that much, especially not against Stalkers and Immortals. Not sure if that was what it's all about. I don't know how quickly those Cyclones and Marines would have killed that battery, but I think that would have been the play. ShoWTimE does need to still respect this. It's a lot of Cyclones. Big Daddy Immortal packs a punch. There is one Banshee, guys. And there is one Phoenix left over. If that Phoenix dies, by the way, this would be great for Kelazhur. Phoenixes deal double damage against Banshees. Or at least bonus damage. So that Banshee is gonna die very quick, especially when ShoWTimE reacts to it this quickly. Maybe 3 probes is all you're gonna get here. Very quick reaction by ShoWTimE. Well, now this is a build, guys. And this is a build. The Dolan. Wait, what? What are we doing here? Factory is flying for a little while. We're gonna send it back. More Cyclones. Cyclones and Ravens with Interference Matrix. That really is a build. The idea is going to be, guys, to drop Interference Matrix on the Immortals and then just kill everything with the Cyclones. It's always the Dolan, mate. No one does it better than you, Dolan. I know, Gumio's build, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Dolan. I see Cyclones and Ravens with Interference Matrix, and I think Dolan. Let me have it. If I'm Mape the Ape, you're Donkey Dolan. That's actually amazing. I think that's gonna stick. I'm sorry, Dolan, but Donkey Dolan really has a very good ring to it. Banger BBB main event in the future. Donkey Dolan against Mape the Ape. Now we're cooking. We'll do it for the all NA edition. ShoWTimE going for a pretty quick Storm. The Storm is obviously going to be good against the Marines. Marauder so-so. What's the Immortal count at? Just one. It feels like there is some potential here, guys, for our man Kelazhur. But will he be able to capitalize on that potential? If this is the final game, I am going to keep it rather short and sweet as this observer gets picked off. It's been a long day for me, a very long week of streaming. We've like yesterday night we were here till like 4:30 a.m. to participate in the Canadian event, so I do really need to find as much rest as I can before tomorrow. So I'm gonna keep it very short and sweet. Don't think that I won't appreciate all of you guys being here. Obviously it was awesome, and I hope you guys had fun. I think we had a good show. We can call this a show. If it was a show, I think it was a good show. Thank you guys for tuning in. But we may get another game. Out of all the games so far, this one looks, I think, by far and away the most promising. This Terran army is gnarly. It packs a punch. Kinda feel that this could go Diego's way. An anti-armor missile, a couple matrixes as well. The Cyclones are gonna get their lock-ons. Do we have Storm? Oh yes, we do. First one is good. The second one pretty damn good too. I mean, if we keep storming like that. Do we have more matrixes? The Phoenix dies. More storms. A very chaotic fight. One of the most chaotic fights I've seen in a little while on this level. In the end, the D-Mauer does what he pretty much always does, and that is hold. And holding it once obviously means that, I want to say, you put yourself in a great spot. He's pretty far down in supply though. He's down 20 supply, but I think the real power of this build of Kelazhur is with the first move out. Now it's kind of just going to transition into a normal game. And he's still in a much better spot than he was in all those other games. Oh. Thank you, Tapia. There used to be a Feyenoord player called Tapia. Peruvian midfielder. He was not very good, unfortunately. We call this a show for sure. I mean, Nikich against Goblin. Now that was a show. Robo Bay and second Robo for D-Mauer. I don't think that Diego expected Storm either. These were the first storms. It was a great call by ShoWTimE to go Storm. Keeping the Ravens alive is huge. Yeah, they can just do it all over again. Stalkers will blink and they find these 4 medevacs. One medevac gets picked off. The Widow Mines will burrow and only one of them fires. We have a War Prism Storm Drop. Somebody wrote the other day, guys, where are the Storm Drops? Is Storm Drop a thing in professional matches? There you go. We have some Storm Drops. Who is flanking who? Who's surrounding who? Nobody knows. +2 attack about to finish up with D-Mauer. A bit of a clumsy army though for ShoWTimE. It's kind of just like an A-movie and close your eyes army. 2 Colossus now on the production tab, but we don't have extended thermal lens yet. Stats had a good storm drop at IEM. On this map against Clem, yeah. I mean, that was just the strangest game to me. I was casting that game. Because Stats was Omega dead at minute 7. And then somehow that game went on for, what was it, 35 minutes or something? And then people were like, yeah, turn is broken. I was like, well, I mean, I think that game was over at minute 7. And somehow Stats hang in there for like another 26 minutes. Definitely a cool game, had its moments, and some nice tactical recalls. Yeah, it was an excellent game from a very bad spot. Kelazhur is gonna try to strike while the iron is still hot. He's got 2 Colossus out, 2 more on the way, bunch of Zealots and a High Templar chilling in the natural double battery. We have EMPs, we have Ravens. Early Storm. So difficult to attack into ShoWTimE. Huh? And he has been trying to drop, but the drops never really work either. Observer does get picked off, only 1 ops remaining. Shout out to my man Iceman Melting, by the way, who gifted me 4 buckies and 20 cents, saying get a kebab on me, old man. I don't know if 4 buckies and 20 cents really cuts it for a kebab. In Krefeld, sure, but Cologne? Cologne is expensive, mate, but I'll try. I'll see if I can sneak one in there. Just said it's very hard to find an opening in ShoWTimE, but Kelazhur says, you know what, we're just gonna give it another shot. 4 medevacs full of bio. Nice storm there though on top of this army. The War Prism actually gets healed. These medevacs could get feedback. They have a lot of energy. Oh, the cannon! The cannon could get so many kills, but it's actually gonna go for bio units as Kelazhur is also attacking. this base. If that cannon was right-clicking the Medivacs, it would have had like 12 kills immediately. Kelazhur's supply is dropping, and somehow ShoWTimE's is not. I don't really get it, because it feels that Kelazhur is killing some stuff now. But DeMusliM is just invincible. Don't ask me how he does it. But ShoWTimE is picture perfect. A battery overcharge for the ages there. This Archon says power overwhelming as it lives forever. And it comes out of the fight. How on earth does ShoWTimE just like not lose anything ever? He's getting dropped, he's getting ambushed, he's getting engaged. Ravens, Bio, Widow Mines. And you look at his supply, you're like 122, 192. And I'm like, okay, I guess. 4 Medivacs in his natural that then pick up, fly into the main. A big old army fighting what felt like was a small Protoss army, and ShoWTimE just loses nothing. You can say a lot of things, but you cannot say that DeMusliM is not a gamer. And I think with this performance, he was already one of the favorites for the Big Game Cup, but he's looking mighty fine in this matchup. Maybe even good enough to make that liquid Clem kit sweat a little bit. Or maybe make HeroMarine sweat, who knows. Obviously Lambo's gonna be there too, and he's a serious contender. SKillous always is powerful Protoss too. I think this is going to do it. We still have a whole bunch of High Templars with Storm. All the Ravens have now died. The Vikings are showing up, and 1 or 2 at a time. It is not good enough. Nova goes forward. 1 Storm trying to soften up a couple of these bio units. Here come the extra High Templars. Nice EMP though. Solid EMP there by Kelazhur. Is that then good enough to live to fight another day? It is starting to look like it is not. ShoWTimE with an incredibly solid, impressive best of 5. $150 will go to DeMusliM as he wins the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts main event number 52. And we will say, good job ShoWTimE. We will see you tomorrow. And the same can be said to Kelazhur. We're going to see him tomorrow as well. Stunning performance there, guys, by ShoWTimE. Looking really, really, really good. Making Protoss look really good. So unfortunately, we did have 130, but since it is literally 11 PM, I think it's okay to have 130 here.